Hello everyone. So this is, I want to say dumpies, but no, I'm kind of feeling like Drumpf. Drumpf, the nickname in German for a man who is bent, crooked. Okay, on the level of health for Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. And meanwhile, Slava Ukraini for those 117 drones that took out more than a third of Russia's cruise missile carriers, to say the least. Wow. Okay. Donald John Drumpf. Right there. Ruh-roh. Bad news. Page of Pentacles. There's bad news. Bad financial news. Bad health news, very possibly, since that was my intention, is to get primarily the health meanings. But if we go further, hold on, here's my chopstick. Okay, if we go further into the health meanings with the Page of Pentacles, when it does come through reversed, because it's Mercury in Virgo, sorry, upside down, it's hard to see the glyphs, but this is, of course, usually somebody who is really immature, insecure, feeling unappreciated. But it's also a card because, we've got the Pentacles and they relate to everything of the earth. Maybe being absent-minded with the head as to what he's put into himself and taking an extra pill, thinking he forgot that he took his pills already. I don't know if he has somebody doling them out for him. But also, this is like stuffing, eating feelings, right? Overindulgence. His biggest challenge is, on plain old simple level, betrayal, collapse, ruin, stick a fork in it, put the nail in the coffin. On the level of health, what we have when it comes through in a challenge position is the same as reading it reversed. And this has to do with his mind just constantly going blank. Maybe there's an upper body injury of some type. Maybe there's pulmonary problems. There could even be undiagnosed neurological disorder. It affects the entire spinal column and all of that. It's even one of our cards for seizures. So, okay. The morning, he has the Hanged Man. He's not doing too well. It is upright, so that brings in, it's still, we're still talking some kind of a sacrifice where you're supposed to look at, things from a different angle. But because he refuses to go within, because that's typical of his malignant narcissism, his psychopathology is off the charts. So I'm just going to go with the health meaning, which is his lymphatic system. Is trying to work its way through and break free a little bit, but with the Eight of Swords, so he's waking up in the morning with lymphatic problems and not so mobile, like it's a little upside down. All of this is upside down physically. And I agree with a lot of you who are saying, like, it's amazing how he can go golfing, but I don't know, does anybody have photos of him actually golfing? I mean, like real video and proof that he really is golfing? on the dates that, like every day, or every weekend? How do we for sure know? Because it's so easy. That's the thing nowadays. My gosh, the AI is so... Now, some of it's bad and they don't do it right, but the ones that know what they're doing, it's unbelievable what OpenAI has done and what Google has done. You can't tell anymore if they're real people or not. Somebody could literally go into the program and say, run a video. I want to create a video of Trump golfing, and then name the golf course or whatever. And you get that, and you can't tell the difference because they go off of videos where he was already golfing, and and then they put a date on it as if it's the day's date. And he has people doing that for him. That Elon hooked him up with people to do that for him, whether or not Elon's still around. Trump is very hooked up. He has what he needs to create the facade and keep it running. So for a while anyway. Or who knows if they may even try to do that. Is it weekend at Bernie's yet? Maybe every weekend with him golfing is weekend at Bernie's. Oh my God. Okay, so sorry it took so long with that. Eight of Swords. It's like, wait, what does that card mean? Okay, Jupiter and Gemini. So Jupiter has to do with expanding. When it's reversed, it's too much, it's excess. And Gemini has to do with, the way the brain works and communication and gathering information, but it's also our card for things that go back and forth, a dualistic thing, ADHD, which I think, people who know how to handle their ADHD well are very, very gifted, and they are geniuses, but not this guy. So anyway, nerves, we're talking shoulders, arms, everything that lungs even is ruled by Gemini. So there's that, and the connective tissue and veins and arteries and the entire, like I said, lungs. So we're in the whole respiratory system. Yeah. So I get the feeling, because this being ruled by Neptune is water, and the water's above here, and his head's down here, his head's down both places and here, face down here. I don't really know that this guy's like, I think when he's gone we'll know, but I'm feeling like he's just not upright. Okay. By noontime, Seven of Swords. Now this is my card for lies and spies. And then we have the King of Swords. Okay, that's interesting. So lies and spies, leakers. Seven of Swords can be leaks. It can also be grifting. It could be somebody with a very savvy strategy, especially in combination with this King of Swords here. It's kind of doubly, it's not, the Seven of Swords isn't reversed, so I wouldn't say it's really somebody spying on him, like a double agent or a real leaker. Only when it comes to reverse do I see it as whistleblower and leaking. But instead, I think this is somebody working for him who has a very cunning strategy, and they are very stealthy at deception. And interesting, because I didn't see that, the cards were, I wasn't looking, but don't these go together really well? My goodness, we have the Seven and the Eight of Swords, and the Seven Swords brings in the lies and the deception. So, and this King of Swords here, now I don't know that it's going to be somebody that we really, that we actually know, because I mean, of course this is Hegseth because he's a Gemini. Of course this would be Rubio because he's a Gemini. John Ratcliffe is a Libra. Lee Zeldin with the EPA is a Aquarius, and little Mikey Johnson, little Micro Mikey, he's Mr. Elf on the Shelf, as Lori calls him. He's an Aquarius. So it could be support from any and all of these men, but it could also be somebody that we don't even know about who handles those types of, videos. Now, that's another thing too, is that Neptune rules all types of movie, film, media, okay? And we, with this stealth thing here, now I know this is veering off of the level of health, but I'm really, feeling that. So I have to go with both ways. Okay, now let's focus in on the health. Now, the Seven of Swords did not come through reversed, so I can't say it's a virus, right? Just to know, for you guys that are keeping track of the meanings when the cards are reversed. And I will get these, one of these days I'll have to do 78 videos to go through all the health meanings for my members. But, at the lessons level. But everything else about the tarot's in there so far. And the Lennies. Now, if you're into the Lenormand, I have all those health meanings and every other aspect of the meaning of the cards in there already. So, okay. So just remember, if this were to come through reversed, the Seven of Swords would be a virus. When it comes to the King of Swords, it's not reversed, but it does rule, and especially, Libra. Well, there's your clue, Uranus and Libra. Uranus, nervous system, Libra, lower back, and other areas with King of Swords are, because Libra, lower back, kidneys, okay? Nervous system, that is Uranus. Any kind of imbalances would be related to Libra. So we're talking diabetes and blood sugar. So there could be some stealthy ways going on to hide the fact that he really is, very debilitated that way. Okay, later in the evening, we have the Five of Pentacles reversed and the Six of Pentacles upright. So Five of Pentacles, because it's Mercury in Taurus, when we're dealing with the, reversal, this is usually somebody getting support and some kind of recovery. But when it comes to health, it's mental stress, mental fog, and, due to instability. And because I'm focusing only on, the true reason I'm doing these readings is to focus on the health. Reverse, we're talking, head colds, just being very unhealthy, weird weight loss. And I think he has been on a weight loss drug. I think he started it well before the, before the inauguration. But he still looks like, doesn't matter what you do, dude. Have you ever heard that old saying? I saw it on a bumper sticker once. I might be fat, but you're ugly and I can diet. That's what I have to say to him. So, okay, later in the evening, he's safe at home in luxury. Ugh. And, I forgot to talk about the Six of Swords. I'm sorry, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is most likely him thinking about what can he get from everyone else. We know that he's not a man of charity. So, but this, you know what? I bet you this is him reposting, retruthing his, sharing stuff on on his platform because he's such an idiot. I posted it in my post section on my channel, but you guys probably, I'm sure you all know. Bear with me for a second in case there's someone that doesn't know. There was a satire parody channel that posted a fake thing, about saying that Joe Biden had actually passed away in 2020, and the version we've been all seeing of him is really robotic, like a robot, some kind of a weird robot thing. And Trump reposted that. And then the next post that followed, and I only could, I got this off of without joining, because there's no way I'm joining Untruth Social. There's no way. It's not truth and it's not social. But anyway, social for the sickos. He reposted that, and then the posts that came up right behind it were pictures of Joe and Jill, like today, the day of, and with the actual images of what was going on with him. So, no robot. Did they make a robot of Jill too? Then again, with all this AI stuff, I'm not saying there's no way that happened. We would know if Joe Biden went sideways even in the hospital. We're going to know, because they don't hide things like he does. So, the trustworthiness as to AI is going to always depend on the source that it's coming from. That's a good, thing there. So this is him he's recovering, feeling a little better, but he's very unstable in the head, and he has had unhealthy weight loss, and he's just laying around dishing stuff out. And then later on in the evening, with the Nine of Pentacles, because it did come through upright, it's just kind of boring. This is him feeling successful and secure, and he's focusing in on his investments later on with the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like this is all very troubling times. Now remember, these two cards here are the strongest cards for the entire day. So focusing in on these, he's not good, and he's not good in the morning. And then it's all the big, weekend at Bernie's scheme going on probably. And then he's focusing on money later in the evening, because he's maybe recovered, feeling better. Maybe the Six of Pentacles is a healthcare practitioner that came in and gave him some whatever he needed so that he could sleep. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the reading, the foundational cards. Okay, Russia. And oh, my hair. Okay. And where's Melania? Why doesn't Melania want to hang out with me? Oh, I need my mommy. This is also, so the Empress, of course, is the mom card. When it comes through reversed, when it comes through reversed, this is feeling alone. This is the need to nurture yourself. He doesn't know how to do that. It's also a good card for mourning our relationships with our unhealthy mothers. He doesn't do that. Because of all of that, it's a card of creative blocks. It's a card of dependence, right? And so this would be him being dependent on women, because, he's an attention whore. We all know that. But on the level of health, this is the lymphatic system. Okay, so these connect. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, when it comes to health, nervous system, because it's reversed, nervous system, digestion, skin, and like I said, hair. Where's my hair? I can't find my hair. Maybe he's shopping for wigs at night. He'd think of it, right? Or somebody has suggested it, a younger someone working for him. And then they immediately got fired. I don't know. I'm just making that up. Okay, I'm done. Signing off. Let it all go. Thank you. Take good care. Have a wonderful day. Bye.